Okay, I'm doing this video for a clanmate. I'm using some characters that he has. The hardest one that he has to get is Bad L, and Bad L is definitely an awesome clan boss champ. But I tested out some of the other characters that he has as well. This is basically how I have him set up. We go here. I just try to get him a little bit of power so that whenever he does his A1, it'll do a little bit more healing. But I also have Lasting Gifts and Master Hexer because you want to extend those poison debuffs and also extend the continuous heals. So that's the reason I went the route that I did. Alright. Then you have here Juliana. She is a really good clan boss. She is good unless the clan boss turns to force. If he comes to force, then her productiveness goes way down. Okay, this is how I have her set up. I gave her extra 5% on her. I gave her sniper so that she would have an extra 5% of landing her poisons in her HP burn. And then I gave her Master Hexer because she already lays down her poisons for 3 turns. It may go up to 4. So. And then this is one of the characters he's not currently using. Steel Skull. So this is how I have my Steel Skulls set up. Steel Skull's really good. Unless, of course, the clan boss goes Magic Affinity. Here's how I got him set up. I got Lasting Gifts and I've got Master Hexer as well on this because you want to try to keep the defense up as long as possible, and then keep the poisons on as long as possible. Okay. Now Frozen Banshee, she to me is without a doubt the best poisoner, unless of course the clan boss goes force. That's the problem. It seems like all the characters that most people have are Magic Affinity, so forces really tends to bring our clan down. I know that. Okay, this is how I got her set up. I give her an extra 5%. Even though it's supposed to land automatically, it has a tendency not to whenever you have a force clan boss. So you just try to put a lot of accuracy on it. And then, of course, Master Hexer. Okay, then Coffin Smasher. He has Coffin Smasher. Coffin Smasher is a really good champion. Of course, force is his weakness as well. Mine tends to keep his attack down up pretty good. You can see that I have his accuracy only at 177, but it still seems to work pretty well. And then when I went with him, of course, is Giant Slayer because his A1 is a 3-hitter. And then I have Sniper and Master Hexer. I had snipers on there for both the attack up and his HP burn. So, and then Kale's like the probably, in my opinion, he's the best starter champion. Really good poisoner. But this is the person that we're going to probably replace the most because the others are more practical. Frozen Banshee's a much better poisoner. And Steel Skull adds the bonus of defense up, so he gives you some more sustainability. Okay, and this is how I have mine set up. Everybody sets him up in their own way, but this is what I did with him. And then Apothecary. Apothecary, the probably the closest to a legendary rare you'll ever get. And you basically want speed so that his speed boost will kick in and he does some heals. And then, of course, we'll go ahead and see. I didn't do his masteries, but you can find it online. And Giant Slayer is probably the biggest thing. Giant Slayer and Lasting Gifts. So this is his basic team. This is how he has it set up for our clan boss. And most of my characters are maxed out. In fact, all of these guys are maxed out. I don't have supreme gear on them, but they are maxed out and they have their masteries. And I'm doing, basically this is hard clan boss. Oh no, wait, this is brutal. I did brutal on all of these. Our clan was taking down Nightmare, so usually if we take down Nightmare, we don't take down brutal. But here's what we ended up with. 20.73 mil, which is just about a 1 key. Just below a 1 key for brutal. Okay, so then I went ahead and I think this next round I'm going to replace Kel and I'm going to put Steel Skull in. Let me see if that's correct. And no, this time what I did is I took and put Kel as his lead because he has an HP bonus, so I was going to see if that would help him last longer. I don't think it made all that much of a difference. So that was the big change here. And I got maybe 150k more. Still didn't 1 key it. I was just short of 1 key in it. Okay. The next time we went ahead and we did Steel Skull. And here's what Steel Skull brings to the table. He brings that, if you see that defense up, so that whenever the clan boss hits, he doesn't do as much damage. Alright, and then here's what we ended up with. 23.49 mil. So almost 3 million more just by replacing Kel with Steel Skull. So that was a 1 key in brutal. So now we'll go to the next one. This time we replace Frozen Banshee and we get 3 mil. Frozen Banshee is an awesome poisoner. But both of these times all I did was replace Kel. So we get 24.74 damage dealt. And then this one right here, I think I replaced Juliana. And nope, that was her. This is the one with the Frozen Banshee going out. Of course, her poison sensitivity is just really good. And it's a good pairing with Bad because he gives you a bonus damage as long as the poison is up, and that poison sensitivity gives you another half damage on all the poisons. So they're a really good combination. Actually, this one right here, I took out Apothecary. So this one we're running without Apothecary. I was just going to see what kind of difference that would make if we ran these three without Apothecary. And it was actually not as good. Apothecary's speed boost just really gets a lot of that stuff going a lot quicker. So I don't suggest you replace Apothecary. So we went next, and I think this time we're running with Apothecary and we replaced Juliana. So now we're getting a speed boost and everybody's rolling pretty good. And then let's see, went up to 24.47 mil. Okay, so this time, as you can see, basically the MVP of this is going to be Apothecary. And you can interchange Frozen Banshee and Steel Skull and Juliana. You can interchange any of those and you'll basically get about 24 mil. So that's what I came up with. Alright, so hope it's good.